Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Brahmakumari's Silicon Valley 21 Day Spiritual Fitness Challenge. Today is day 6. I am Meghna, your host for this week. We've been talking the entire week about anger and, what are what is some spiritual knowledge that can be used to cure the emotional deficiency anger. And we've also been practicing meditation, which is nothing but to exercise our mind. It's been thinking only negative. It's gotten a lot fat by consuming negative information, junk information. So how do we lighten it up? Exercise is an excellent way. In this meditation, Raj Yoga meditation, we educate our mind to think positively. And when we start educating it, it's such a wonderful experience. It starts listening, and our mind starts creating positive thoughts. And from anger filled life becomes peace filled, love filled. But we need to do the work of educating the mind. So let's start today's day 6 with a few minutes of meditation. It's time to get some real rest for the mind and the body. So for a few minutes, withdraw your mind from work, home, people, past. Just for a few minutes, let it all go and let it be. And let's become friends with the most precious and valuable being, I, the soul, the one who has been neglected, the one who's never received my true company, my complete support. It's time to show some attention, some care and concern to the self. I am a peaceful, loving and a joyful being. Sometimes a diamond gets hidden under dust, soil. It doesn't mean the diamond is not valuable or that it has lost its shine. All we need to do is dust off the layers of anger, ego, greed, jealousy, fear, worry, and the real beautiful me, the valuable special me will start shining and showing its rainbow light of purity, love, peace, happiness, bliss, wisdom, and power. Indeed, I have many beautiful colors, and my value is infinite, is I am invaluable, precious, like a true diamond. Welcome once again to day 6 of spiritual fitness, 21 days spiritual fitness from Brahma Kumaris. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So today we will talk a little bit more about anger related to, when we are basically, you know not treated well by someone. This is mostly related to anger in relationships, at somebody's behavior or the way they talk to us, and then, you know it could be that both the parties are yelling at each other, or it's possible that just one is yelling and the other person is getting suffocated. But really, anger is like a fire. It's literally like a fire, and the one that burns in anger also engulfs everybody in the house. As you can see here, this poor child is very scared. The little ones in the house, especially, they feel very insecure. And majority of these kids who are raised in a house filled with anger, many times either they will also automatically imbibe this uncomfortable emotion, anger, or they will feel very insecure and they'll grow up to be a person with lot of inferiority complex, because they never got the protection of love. Their parents were, for whatever reason, fighting with each other. So indeed, there are times when, between our family members, it could be between a parent and a child, it could be between um, the spouses, it could be between a sibling, any relationship which is very close to us, very dear to us. There are times when some disrespectful words, or maybe some really mean words, are exchanged with each other. Now, if one person has lost their cool, typically the family is saved if there is one another person that is able to maintain their cool. But typically, what happens these days, and I am saying it based on the number of divorces that are rising, none of us want to adjust. It is, if we ask majority of the people what is most important, I think consciously many of us will say family is very important. Family bonding is very important. But then it is important to ask ourselves this question: am I making my family's peace and happiness a priority? Or is it my ego that is more important? I should be treated better. I should be respected. I should be checked. Whenever decisions are being made, they should check with me. They should talk to me like this. That is basically saying my ego needs to get a lot of boost. So when the ego becomes a higher priority, then there is no adjustment whatsoever. I will not adjust, because otherwise then what happens to my ego? If I am the one who's always bending, if I am the one who's always adjusting, then I look like a weak personality, is what ego says. Contrary to that, spiritual knowledge says the one who bends, the one who is adjusting, is actually the most powerful and respectful person. They've gained the gems of wisdom, where they understand maturity and patience is a lot more important than displaying this arrogance that my way should go forward. I should always be treated in this particular manner. So it's important to ask ourselves this question: isn't it better to bend than to break a family? Imagine if all our older generations also had this kind of ego and no adjustment. How many broken families would we have in this world? Divorce only rose. The numbers rised up only in this past decade or so. Before there was no such thing. People had the quality of adjustment. If one person was boiling, the other person stayed calm. And if this other person next day got boiling, the other person supported them. A family supports each other, adjusts, because their top priority is families, peace and happiness, family bonding, for the kids to get the best environment. But it becomes a battle of ego, anger, when nobody wants to adjust. We are generally, when we are caught up in this kind of thing, we are busy focusing on damaging other person and teaching them a lesson. They yelled at me like this, they did this to me, I will show them what it means. So when we start retaliating, kind of doing this tit for tat copycat behavior, who is it that is paying the biggest damage? When I am retaliating, what are my emotions in the heart? I am the one that is at loss. And indeed, my whole family is losing out. It's not able to bond, the kids are not able to feel a belonging. So, love, peace, happiness are important ingredients. The kids feel so secured. Many parents ask us these days, even in Brahma Kumaris, what should we do to raise the confidence of our kids? Well, give them a very well protected with love. No matter what happens, the love layer should not go away from the house. How do I protect? How do I ensure that love stays in the environment of the house? Nobody, no anger, no fear, no worry takes away love and peace of my house. If parents get busy in ensuring that this layer of love stays in the house, kids will automatically be very, very confident they because they're brought up in such a safe environment. So yes, it is possible that someone is really being not so nice repeatedly for a long period of time. What do we do with that? We will talk in few minutes. But before that, let's digest some of these points, the vitamins in our meditation. So please join me. It's evening time and I'm sitting next to a lake, few mountains, and the sun is setting. It is spreading its reddish orange light everywhere. Night is ready to hug me, but sun is still staying awake, spreading its glow everywhere. When a person in family goes dark in anger, is spreading the blackness everywhere, is making the atmosphere of the house dark, negative, I can act like a sun and spread the light of red love, blue peace, and orange patience in my house. When one person chooses to be the sun, the light of wisdom, the entire house, the darkness vanishes and the rays of love, peace, and happiness spreads. I, the being, is the sun of my house. I promise to spread the rays of love to every family member. I am a being filled with wisdom, love, and peace. And I spread this vibration of love, peace to every being. So, moving on, talking about, how do we handle it? How do we handle people who get repeatedly angry at us? There was a very interesting story I had read in one of the books. There was this teenager who had who visited a meditation retreat center in France, in Paris. This was a Thich Nhat Hanh's retreat in France, who's a Vietnamese monk. And this teenager boy was sitting in a swing with his very dear and sweet sister, who must have been like some 7 years old or something like that. And the brother loved the sister a lot. So the sister suddenly stood up on the swing and was trying to hold on to the rope, and she fell down. She fell off the swing, she hurt herself, and the brother got down and started yelling at the sister with top of his voice, called her all kinds of names. You stupid, how could you do this, and so on, and all kinds of names. The sister was hurt, but she forgot about her hurt. She was shocked at her brother's anger. She'd never seen him like this. She didn't know what had happened to him. So she was crying because she was scared. What happened to her dear brother, the one who loved her always? And the brother, after some time, was just sitting on the swing and thinking, what happened? She was just being a kid. She just fell down. So what? Why was I so mad? Why did I yell at her? I love her so much. And then later, after a few minutes, because he was in this kind of an environment, a meditation retreat center, he remembered. He remembered being treated like this in his childhood by his own father. His father had the personality trait, the deficiency of anger, and he used anger a lot on his son. And this boy, when he was sustained by anger, had made a firm resolve in his heart that I will never use anger in my life. This is so disrespectful. This is so hurtful. It's such a violent emotion. The brother had made a oath to himself that he will never use it. And he was shocked that he had imbibed anger in him through his father without even realizing it. And then, because he was in this retreat center, he had one more awakening. He realized that, oh my gosh, my father, my poor father. And he started running towards his father. He went and hugged his dad. He said, "You deserve lot of love and peace. You never got it from your father. I know you were yelled by your father. And that is why you imbibed the virtue of anger in you. And now I also imbibe this, not the virtue, but emotional deficiency, anger." So this particular teenager boy had multiple insights in this meditation retreat. He finally understood that his own father, why he was always so angry, how he could not help but be angry. He understood how unknowingly even he acquired this negative trait of being angry. So many times we understand things just like this, thinking, oh my gosh, my own parents so mad at me. I can't believe they would disrespect me like this. Is this the way to raise a child? Yes, indeed, we are right. We are right. We would expect a lot of love from our parents. But many times reality is a lot more bigger than what our two eyes can see. The boy's eyes couldn't see how his own father was ill treated in his childhood, and who knows for how many generations this anger was carrying forward. So, yes, in family, sometimes we do need a lot of maturity and patience. If we draw quick conclusions like this, I know it, you're mean, you're not good, you're this kind of a person. If I make quick judgment calls, no family in this world will survive. They say, right? An eye for an eye will cause the entire world to become blind. Indeed, it is so true. If I start breaking, or if I start pouring more fuel, suppose one person is getting mad in the house and I start competing and I yell back. So, am I pouring water or am I pouring more fuel in the fire? Do I want the fire to extinguish in the house, or do I want it to grow even bigger? There are many other family members living in this house. We forget everything. We get so caught up in the game of ego that each one of us firing more and more. So, if even one person decides in the house that I want to take the responsibility of keeping this house calm and quiet, do it even for a week or two. Love and peace are such powerful virtues that this one person who might be getting angry will change. It's not just like that where people say love can melt a stone hearted person. It's my own personal experience that it can really melt the heart of anyone. Why? It's not because I am expressing love and I am powerful. No. The reason that love melts anyone's heart is because each one of us, when we came to this physical world, we were filled with love. Our natural quality is love. And when we see someone in our house demonstrating it so beautifully, even when I'm getting angry, this person is demonstrating love and patience with a lot of beauty and dignity. This person gets it, they also catch the infection, the beautiful infection of being in love and peace. So, we can get in the business of creating more fire, or we can get in the business of extinguishing fire. It is literally our choice. At Brahmakumaris, we are taught you don't need two, three people in a house to fix a house. Everybody doesn't need to change to fix a house. When we all say, no, I am already good, everybody else needs to change. Yes, nobody changes. The house doesn't have that bonding energy. But just one person makes full commitment that I will remain mature and patient. Yes, it does take some time. But this time shows such beautiful, powerful results. So we can actually send a lot of vibrations of peace and love to the family, help them in being protected, protected from anger, fear, worry. None of those things can enter my house. I've created an aura, a beautiful aura that protects my house and keeps the bonding of the family intact. So let's spend few minutes in digesting these vitamins in a meditation. I am a mature, wise, and a patient being. I am sitting in the lap of Mother Nature that is showering many leaves on me. It's showering leaves of appreciation that I've taken up the challenge or this sweet aim that I want to keep the aura of the house protected, shielded from all negative force. Let's send some vibrations to our family, to our extended family, and to the entire world family. May every being of my family be filled with peace and love. May every being of my extended family be filled with peace and love. May every being of my world family be filled with peace and love. Thank you, my dear sweet God, for making me peaceful and giving me an elevated life. Thank you everyone for joining me today. Tomorrow will be the last class or day on anger. So I'll see you all at the same time. Hope you have a wonderful evening.